Welcome back to 80scomics.com for the review of Transformers Headmasters, issue number 2 from 1987, featuring the Transformers Headmasters. And in issue 2, we learn why they're called the Headmasters after ripping off their heads in the first issue, which is stupid. This issue manages to be even more stupid, but in its stupidity, I have to admit, it's thoroughly entertaining. Though this is absurd and ridiculous. And there's Scorponok on the cover, shooting a bunch of stupid humans. That's good. Broken glass. For 10,000 years, peace reigned on the planet Nebulous until the stupid Autobots showed up. See, they don't like Autobots either. Frank Springer does the pencils. Does a great job in the pencils. This issue starts with civil unrest and fisticuffs as the idiot humans on this worthless planet riot in protest of the arrival of the Transformers in the previous issue. Even though they ripped off their heads as a show of good faith and friendliness, a bunch of robots ripping off their heads means that they're friends. They're not happy about it. Of course, we learn that this is all staged by political opposition. There's some subterfuge going on here. But what's most important is that Galen has a sweet Prince Valiant haircut, gold chain, and an awesome blouse. He's rocking that. So he jumps in to stop the fight. And there's Galen's girlfriend. Here's all of the headless Transformers. They just left their heads in a garage. This makes next to no sense. I wonder if the people who actually had to create this book were rolling their eyes the whole time. Like, seriously? This is the best you could come up with? The artwork's good and the storytelling's good. It's just the entire concept is ludicrous. But at the same time, I actually kind of enjoyed reading it, probably because of Galen's sweet blouse and getup. So, one good thing about this issue, in addition to the absurdity, is that this character is named Krunk. Also, this features the Transformers from Transformers the movie, like Cup and Blur and Hot Rod, and that's cool. They don't really do a whole lot in this issue, though. There's Hot Rod. What's up, Judd Nelson? So, the idiot humans contact Cybertron and hail the Decepticons to show up because what they want to do is get the rest of the people upset about these robots. So the best thing to do is, of course, to bring a bunch of murderous robots to your planet to kill everybody. Yeah, that's actually exactly what the plot is. And there's Scorponok, and there they are. We learn their names. Ditto for Blot and Slugslinger. Mindwipe will take a piece of that action, so will Skullcruncher and Snapdragon too. Save some for Cyclonus. Then they all transform into cool stuff that you want to play with, so you'd run out and buy the toys. Scorponok does look pretty cool. I never had any of these Transformers. I was too grown up by 1987. Says the guy in 2020 reading Transformers comics on the internet. Proudly, I might add. So here's what happens. Follow along with me because this is very important. How to describe this? It literally makes no sense. But the Autobots, some of the Autobots promised that they would remain headless and inactive as a show of peace or whatever. I don't know. And the humans need these Autobots to save themselves from the murderous Decepticons who are killing everybody. But they're not going to break their promise because they're dumb. So, what do the humans do? They literally turn themselves into Transformers, but only like the heads of the Transformers. So they undergo this medical procedure unlike any attempted before. Joints are replaced, bones are reinforced, armor plates are attached. They're like RoboCop, but not nearly as cool. And look, they transform into the Transformers' heads. The Transformers have transforming heads now that are humans. So the humans are kind of controlling the Transformers, but the Transformers have some sort of input into what it. Yeah. I feel like you should read this to see if maybe you can make more sense out of it than I can. So in the end, the Transformers function better with human heads and swiftly defeat the cool-looking Decepticons who run away. It's so dumb, I like it. I kind of like this one. That's boring. But hold on now. Transformers, Headmasters, issue number 2, has a message. A message. Because Galen's girlfriend is a pacifist. And one of the things that she loves about Galen, in addition to his incredible taste in clothing, is that he's a pacifist and doesn't fight. He solves things by, I guess, just complaining about them and wearing a gold medallion. He doesn't fight, but he does fight because he's one of the Transformers Headmasters transforming head things that controls the Transformers who are fighting the enemies that are clearly going to kill all of them if they don't fight. But he fights, and even though he does a pretty good job at fighting, apparently, because they, defeated the Decepticons, she leaves him because he now has the power to wage war. Sorry, wipe away a tear off camera. In gaining peace, he loses a piece of himself. Touching emotional heartbreak, thunderous action, intrigue, and Frank Springer's awesome artwork. Transformers Headmasters issue number 2 is so incredibly stupid that it's too legit to miss reading it. 80scomics.com. Recommended, even though it's dumb.